Contemplating on going to Hawaii? Well, welcome to the Patella's Hawaii trip. Now in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys what we did prior to going to Hawaii and also what we did when we were there and just an overview of what we thought about Hawaii. Unfortunately, my wife cannot be on this video right now because she's going through pregnancy and she's coming to the very end of her pregnancy, so super excited. We might be seeing baby very soon, but stay tuned and I'm gonna explain to you about everything that is going to be on this video. So we flew with Hawaiian Airlines. Now Hawaiian Airlines took about 10 hours from Sydney to Honolulu, there and back. Now we chose them because we thought, you know, why not go with them to have this whole Hawaiian experience. And yeah, by the time that you get onto the plane, everyone was all dressed in Hawaiian flight attendant attire. There was Hawaiian music playing on the plane, so it was actually really exciting for me, and it was a kind of like a build up to getting there. And now in this situation, there was food included in that, in-house entertainment with movies. All the latest movies were on that flight as well, which is great. In terms of the service was actually really good, but I didn't really like the service when we came back. The in-house entertainment was also not working for 8 hours of our flight on our way back to Sydney. Now, just a little story that what happened at the airport was we got to the airport, we went to check in our luggage, and one of the girls said, "Do you have your visa?" And we're standing there looking at each other and we were just like, did we have to apply for a visa? I'm like, no. And it's like, how long is this gonna take? They said, look, it could take from 1 hour to 2 hours of receiving your visa if you do it right now. So we're sitting there doing our visas on our phones. Now Samira actually got all hers through, including her payment, except for me. Now me in this situation, I was losing it. I was losing it because I thought we weren't able to go. Now the issue was that I was trying to put in the payment. The payment wasn't going through. We'd done about 45 minutes. I was spending so much time on trying to insert a payment through my phone on this website, and it just wasn't going through. Now we called my sister up and we told her, hey, can you put this through? Because the guy behind the check-in, he said, look, I think it's best to do it on a laptop or a iPad. Now we asked her to do it. She processed the payment through. It actually went through. Now the funny thing is that yes, it can be approved up to 2 hours, but then also it can approve up to 3 days. Now that's putting yourself under a lot of pressure, and you know, it's unnecessary. And look, it was one mistake that we did forget to do, and we didn't do it. So in this situation, the payment went through and we had the guy behind the counter. He was like refreshing, and like everyone knew in the check-in that we were stuck, like we were waiting for our visas because we just didn't know. And then as soon as it got approved, like everyone in the check-in was like super happy for us, and like they were full cheering for us, and we were super relieved, checked in our luggage, and off we went to the lounge where we actually were booked for like 4 hours, but we only got to use it for like maybe 2 hours or maybe less. I think probably an hour and a half. But you know, the lounge, the premium lounge in the airport was actually decent, and also it's including like all you can eat food, also unlimited alcohol, which was great. And instead of me eating, I was actually just downing a lot of vodka and lemonade drinks because I just wanted to start my holiday and relax and do all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, Hawaiian Airlines, I think they're a really good airline to fly with. There are other airlines that you can go with, but I actually recommend, you know, going with Hawaiian Airlines because it gives you that bit of Hawaiian experience. Where did we stay? We stayed at the I was going to say Hawaiian Airlines. No. Now we stayed at the Ramada Plaza Hotel, and we stayed there for about a week and a half, and that was actually really decent. I guess the bed was decent. I think the place there was you know, a little bit run down. It's a little bit old, as a lot of people have said, you know, with some of the hotels in Hawaii, is that they haven't really upgraded some of their furniture or anything like that. Maybe their beds, but mostly likely like their furniture, yeah, just things that are in the hotel haven't been updated. But then we went and stayed at the Hilton Waikiki Village Resort, which was super nice. Now on this resort, it had so many different towers to the resort, and they had their own like shopping center or mall, or you know, clothing shops and everything like that in there. They also had different restaurants. They had yeah, you know, pools, like 3-4 different types of pools within the resort, so you can have access to pretty much any of them. They did have, you know, entertainment like luau's there as well. So yeah, like that hotel was actually really good. Now for 2 people, we actually stayed in this massive room facing the water, so it was a partial ocean view on the Rainbow Tower. And the Rainbow Tower is, you know, quite the famous tower to actually stay at, and we got the privilege to actually stay within that tower, and super lucky, super happy. And yeah, by all means, you know, it was actually really nice. They do have all these other things as well that comes with the resort, like what was called scuba diving gear, you know, wakeboarding stuff. Wakeboarding, but yeah, they also had like canoes for 2 people that you can go on there. And yeah, it's pretty much, and it's actually on like, it's like facing Waikiki Beach, and they got their own man-made lagoon, which is really nice. It's good for the family, and it's good for, you know, your little ones. And yeah, it's such a, look, Hawaii in general is such a family vibe, and I really enjoyed where we stayed, and so did my wife. So where did we eat? We ate at the Cheesecake Factory, hands down one of our best experiences ever to eat at that place. Now, if you want to eat at the Cheesecake Factory, I recommend that you get there early, because there are lines that lead to outside of the restaurant, and it's super long. But if you want to, you know, still get a table, you can still sit by the bar, and they'll still serve you food there as well, and which makes it easier, because you can be like, hey bartender, can you give me a couple of shots? And yeah, and then you got everything on your table, your food and your bar. Now the other place that we went to was the Poke Factory. The Poi Factory. We went to the Poi Factory. Now the Poi Factory is fermented taro, and they serve other foods as well, but one of the main things that they do serve up is the fermented taro and the coconut ice cream on top of that. And boy, was that an experience.
We might need to go back for another one, to be honest.
So yeah, if I recommend that you guys go to up in the north, so going to the North Shore, please stop at the Poi Factory, because trust me, you will not regret. Now we also had poke bowls, which also my wife really loved and enjoyed, me as well. And the quality of fish used in the poke bowls was phenomenal, and just the tenderness of the fish and how well it was made and how well it was prepared. Others might say, nah, it's a piece of crap, but to us it was actually really, really good. And I'm a big seafood person. Not so much my missus, but she would still eat seafood. But at the same time, it was the best. It was honestly the best, and I'll recommend that. There's so many different other things that we did do. We went places like fruit picking, like from stores on the side of the road and all that kind of stuff. I highly recommend to do that. But other than that, yeah, that's our recommendations to actually go there and eat. So how did we get around? Now, there was two forms of transportation that we did use, which was Hui, the car rental. So basically you can download this app onto your phone, and what it will do, it will point you to a location or maybe a parking location where you can go and pick up your rental vehicle by using your phone. It's kind of like it's like Go Get here in Australia. For those who are in Australia, I'm not too sure what that is, but basically it's you just paying for a hire car for a certain amount of time on your app and putting all your details in and everything like that, and then you go to the location and you pick it up. Now you do have to return the car back on the specific time that you said that you were going to drop it off, because you'll incur fees as well. Now with Hui car rental, insurance is included, a credit card, which then you can go and purchase fuel so you can get around. That's all included. There's no added fees or anything like that. So we could have paid, $50 for a rental vehicle, and all of these things are included. Also any like roadside assistance or mechanical breakdowns or anything like that, that's all included with this car rental. It's highly recommended that you do go with Hui, because it's just the flexibility, and also with parking in Hawaii and mainly in Waikiki, it's very hard to find. Where if you go with Hui has their own designated parking spots, where you can park your car there, and you can pretty much come back and not have any concerns that somebody else has taken your car spot. The second transport that I would recommend is using a bus. Now this bus system was actually the best bus system ever, because you can pay for like 3 days worth of bus rides, but it's unlimited. Now you can go back and forth as much as you want, whenever you want, and you pretty much have 3 days. Like it's 24/7, 3 days, or however long you wanna like put onto this card, which is called the Holo card. And this Holo card is basically what we call our Opal card here in Australia. Now that's what you will need to tap on and tap off, and you're always gonna have to have it on you, because they rarely do take cash on the buses, because they do require you to just tap it on and get off. And that's pretty much it, but highly recommended that you seek out those two forms of transport. Best part of this trip was going up to the North Shore. So beautiful, the beaches are beautiful. There's not a lot of people that go up to the North Shore, especially in the busy periods of school holidays, which we went in, and there were not a lot of people going there, and their beaches are so nice, like the blue waters, the palm trees, everything. And I feel like the vibe is what the Hawaiian vibe is all about when you go up to the north. It was such an awesome experience to see, and also there's a different vibe in Hawaii up in the north and also in Waikiki. People in Waikiki can become a little bit standoffish, but people up in the north seem so relaxed and seem very helpful at times, whereas Waikiki, wasn't really much of that. I don't know what your experience is like when you actually went there in Waikiki, but other than that, we did enjoy North Shore a lot more than we did in Waikiki. And they do say get out of the hustle and bustle of Waikiki, but yeah, it's very true. It's very true. If you want to be known, or if you want to know what it's like to be a local, I think going to the north or getting anywhere out of, you know, the North Shore getting anywhere out of Waikiki is probably your best option in this situation. But North Shore would have been the best place to actually go to. Yes, I would definitely go back. It wouldn't be at a drop of a hat, and my wife has said the same thing as well. Because there's so many other different countries to experience around the world, and there's so many other places that we want to go to. I still haven't been to Turkey, and I definitely can't wait to go to Turkey, but Hawaii is definitely on the list of things to do or revisit, because when our daughter does come, we will then want to take her to Hawaii, maybe at a decent age, so she can enjoy and understand the different, you know, places in Hawaii, and just absorb that family vibe that Hawaii has. That is probably, you know, the reason why I do want to go back. My wife is not a hard no on it, but she also thinks that it doesn't really have a lot to offer. Reason being for that, because, you know, I guess, you know, the coffee there wasn't up to her standard. I think also with, you know, just the vibe in Waikiki, I think that kind of set it off a little bit for her. It is also for me as well. But at the same time, we will definitely go back and do the North Shore or do other islands such as Maui or Kona. And yeah, we'll be going back, and yeah, we'll just have to wait until baby grows up. Thank you guys for watching that brief part of this video. Now I'm going to show you some clips on what we did in Hawaii and where we went to, and obviously like going to the PCC and also just walking around in Hawaii as well. I'm going to show you that now.